in terms of trying to have my mind deal with feeling like a victim, you know, feeling like my life has been really ruined, you know. Yeah. I go, okay, look, it's God's design, and this is what I came up with to help me. One, if I was a 15-year-old girl and that was happened to me, I might do the same thing. That helped me. I go, okay. Two, I could have been in there for 10 years. Because the crime of statutory, you can get 10 years, period. I got 60 days with 1 year probation, and I was done.
So your boy, though, he got fucked up, and he never fucking bounced back.
He never bounced back. He this is my best friend when I was a kid. You know?
But it's weird. It's interesting because he did it to himself. And that, you know, your system of thinking, that your ability to put things in perspective, as bizarre as it may be, in terms of how you make an understanding for your life, he was not able to do that.
And I wasn't able to do that either. I naturally was able to do it, but I wasn't able to deliver it as a mental place, you know.
Right. To him.
To anybody, even to myself. I just naturally, because I didn't have a father, which was a whole nother story. I always kind of recently, I just realized I didn't have a father. I always got through it and didn't care. But I recently said, wow, this is what you need a father for. You need him. You need a better man when you don't have any more understanding of how to fabricate how to be a man. So, but the last part of how I stop from hating this girl and not victimize is that I go, look, there's a lot of women who get raped, you know, that the definition of it, humanity taken from them like that. And I think that it's God's way of evening out, meaning if women have to walk around and live the idea that a motherfucker might jump from behind a bush and with a knife to the neck and say, give me your pussy against the wall. God has to even it out by saying, oh, some of us will get charged with rape and didn't do it. So essentially in the theory of balancing out, I got raped because it's like, but I was involved. It's not like I was just walking on the street whistling and the bitch just go, he raped me. Yeah. It's more or less, I didn't take pussy, but I got in trouble and have that word attached to my life. Yeah. And I could have, if they wanted to take it to that place, possibly they could have just been like, you took it. We think you took it. I was lucky that it was statutory and basically I got through life and I didn't have to learn any more lessons. Yeah. But I'm still kind of living that thing for the rest of my life. But for the rest of a woman's life, it follows her. If that happens to her, if a rape happens to her. So I know it seems crazy, but I'm saying it's a balance of what can happen to me as a dude. Like a woman, God didn't make it so a woman could jump out of bush and go, give me your dick against your will, and you not laugh. Yeah. You know, it's the only way we can see how serious it is. you know,
but it's interesting because it provided you with a little insight and some sensitivity to women.
Absolutely. Dude, when I talk shit, let me tell you, man, ultimately, I love my mother, man. I love this is so condescending. The shit I say about women is based on how bad I feel for what they are. It's a sad creature. They bleed every month. They sit down to pee. Like, how vulnerable do you feel when you sit down to pee for whatever reason? Like, if you want to take a shit.
I really thought this was going to go a different direction.
You really, right?
This is why you love your mother?
I love my mother because I grew up with no dad, right? She's my mother and my father. He just was look, he was not there like anybody, whatever reason.
Did you ever find him?
Why would I didn't want to find him, no. Right. Because you know why? I realized a father is out
of curiosity to see what you...
Not even, I'll tell you why. I just realized learning, I got denied entry to Montreal recently because of that. I've been to Montreal a million times, but for some reason, now with all these computers and everything, it's just like they're not telling your story. It ain't a book. It's just you've been charged with this and boom, and you went to jail for that. Went to try to do Montreal this year and they turned me back. So on the way back, I was driving. I was hallucinating.
The rape thing?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah. So, I'm driving back, and mentally, I had reached almost the acme of my madness that I had on my own. And I
driving. What do you mean? When you're driving back, you're hallucinating.
I'm hallucinating. I'm thinking of things. I'm thinking of one of my pets that I love that got killed. I'm thinking about. I'm feeling sorry for myself.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh man, it's just, why do I need it? Why? I'm starting to think about God, like, really, my mother's telling me, saying things to me like she's being motherly. She's saying, hey, look, God takes things away from you, so your hands are empty to hold better things. And, all of that kind of advice stuff. And I broke down, like the next day. I got home, woke up, talked to my mother, was talking to my mother, and I realized that I didn't have a father. I realized what a father is. It's an older man who just loves you and gives a shit. And men, when you fall, men say, get up now. Then you see what's injured. But a woman, my mother wants to heal me, stay down. Check your wound. Let me see what's injured. Then let's get you up. But let's make sure you don't get up first, because if you could be hurting more if you get up now. A father, I just never had an adult man older than me that I could just look at like, this is my mentor. I started getting emotional. I'm getting emotional now because I went my whole life.
This was recently.
This is
like last week.
This is last week.
Just now.
40 years old, and I realized at 40 the concept of what a father was.
Yeah.
And that I didn't have it my whole life. And it's been killing me. Like when I first learned, I finally learned that, because I was always trying to be logical to what let me tell you, it's easy to not be in a child's life. A sperm could go on the floor. It's in you. If you come inside of a bitch you don't care about, it's the same thing as coming on the floor. So if you come inside of a woman that you don't want to be with, and she goes, I'm pregnant, you go, well, here's the sperm, bitch. Yeah. So I realized anybody could be my father. I didn't have even a father figure, a mentor. I was raised by other men that I watched.
Right, people you picked that you identified with, or
that I just watched and said, he's cool. Let me try to copy what he is.
But in that conversation with your mother, I mean, was it sadness or anger? I mean, it
was sadness for her. It was sadness for me. It was sadness too, because I have a lot of issues with God. I really desperately want to believe in God. I desperately want to believe in, and I go for what I want out of life. And I know this seems like bullshit, but I just want, I'm the only one in my life of people unless somebody hits the lottery, I'm the only one for about 7 or 8 people that could help elevate life.